Hey BookTube, what's up? I am new to this community here on YouTube and this is my first video. I'm really excited to join this community. I joined it for a few different reasons. When I was a little kid, I used to devour books. I would read at least 5 books a day. And then I would say high school, that sort of wore off. And then I just sort of stopped reading. I had a pretty successful channel here on YouTube for a while that was all about comic books. I was living in LA at the time and I was working at a comic book store and I loved comics and I would read them all the time. And that was about 2 years ago, and ended up leaving LA and just needed to take a break from social media for a while, so I deleted that channel. I do regret it sometimes, but it was really good for me. It was really cleansing for me to not be on social media for a while. I'm slowly venturing back in. And so for the upcoming year, I wanted to get back into novels and nonfiction and some comics too, because I do sort of want to throw those back in. For some reason, one day I ended up venturing into the BookTube community and I love your guys' videos. I think they're awesome and they make me want to read. And so hopefully by starting this channel, it's going to inspire me and keep me reading and on my book journey, I suppose you could say. Sorry about this weird angle. I have to film on my phone, and I'm sure as this channel progresses, so will the quality of my videos. I'm gonna show you what I'm reading, what I've already read, and what I'm in the middle of reading. So I went to my local used bookstore because the only other bookstore that we have here is Barnes & Noble and their prices are ridiculous and I just would much rather get my books from a used bookstore. Just supporting local businesses, and I don't know, I like the idea of getting books that no one else wants. So I got this today and I knew it was going to be the first book that I read and I brought it home and now I need the second one now. And that is Crank by Ellen Hopkins. Holy shit, this book. It is I feel like I want to do an actual review on this after I read the entire series. It's a trilogy, so there is 2 more. They didn't have any more at the bookstore, so I'm probably gonna have to order them off of Amazon. But the format of this, it looks like it's how did you read that in 2 hours? Well, because it's all in poetry form. It's a very easy flowing, very easy reading book. But it just captivated me. It's about Crank and a 16-year-old that gets hooked on it and sort of her journey, and her journey is not ended. So that's why I kind of want to wait to do a full review once I read the entire trilogy. So yeah, this is my in-between book that I'm reading. That is Hell's Angels. I'm currently I think 3 chapters in, so about 50 pages into this. So this is Hell's Angels by Hunter S. Thompson. I'm a big Hunter S. Thompson fan. I feel like reading this all at once can get really boring. And I hate to say that because I love him so much, but Rum Diary, I wanted to read that all the time. But some of his more journalism pieces can start out really slow and then, I don't know, you can read them in fragments. You don't have to read it all at once. Yeah, that's what I'm reading in between reading all the other stuff that I have here. First thing that I got, I'm super excited about, I actually saw My Reading is Odd. She found this at one of her local book sales or something, and I found it and I was like, I really like this author and I really want to read that. So that is Damned by Chuck Palahniuk. I don't know. I found this, I ended up reading the back and I was like, that sounds like a freaking awesome book. So picked this up, super excited to read it, and the art on it is just freaking awesome. So the next thing I picked up is another one of Chuck Palahniuk's books. Weirdly excited to read it, but that is Snuff. aging adult film star wants to have sex with 600 men on camera and one of them wants to kill her. Like, how do you not read that book? I found the prequel to Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which is Dawn of the Dreadfuls. I love anything horror. Horror is like my thing, hence my name, my channel name. But anything that has like zombies or any sort of monsters in it, I'm all about it. So I was super excited to find this. And then they also had Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I haven't seen the movie and I have never read the book. I've read Pride and Prejudice when I was little. I read one of those like kid Great Illustrated Classic versions, so I haven't actually read the book. But I think I will like it much better if it has zombies in it, because isn't everything better with zombies in it? Like I said, I used to work at a comic book store, so anytime when I can find comics at my used bookstore, if there are comics that I'm interested in, I definitely pick them up. I'm a big Frank Castle fan. I love Punisher, and I liked him before the show came out. He is one of my all-time favorite comic book characters. I feel like from this channel, like you'll get from me, I love underdogs. I love bad guys, but bad guys that aren't necessarily always bad. So I picked this up. This is The Punisher, An Eye for an Eye, which is it's from the Punisher War Journal series, which I actually have collected in singles. But I very rarely will I read singles just because I can get them in trade paperback, and I prefer to read this way because then I don't have to worry about like creasing the cover or whatever. So I just want to say welcome to my channel, and leave a comment if you want. If you guys want me to do like a Q&A so you can like get to know me better, I can totally do that. If there are any like booktube like video tags that are out there, I would totally do a video about that. That's it. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!